Welcome and welcome to the present. It is show time. Yes, you are in the right place. Let's make sure everything is running smoothly. We gotta make sure. Yeah, yeah, it looks like everything's running smoothly. Apparently, do not forget to strike a like on the video. Don't be stingy with those likes. So come on, let's be reasonable. Let's push this channel up in the algorithm. YouTube has been acting crazy for the last few weeks. I don't know why, but do me that great favor by striking that like button. Very, very, very important. You strike that like button. Don't be miserable. Come on, strike the like button. Subscribe. You're enjoying it. You subscribe. Be kind enough to subscribe. And make sure you turn on your notification bell. Yes, I'm going to be discussing the striker situation at the club. There've been mass call on exterior regarding Arsenal need a striker every weekend in the mainstream. Either in the mainstream or the private content creators saying everyone, Arsenal need a striker, Ivan Tony, Osimhen, Sri Lanka, all kinds of names have been bandied around. But come on, we all know. So some of that have some brain. I want to apply logic, not just dancing to any tune or just getting brainwashed by what is being spread in the mainstream. We know that it is not that feasible to get a strike in this January window. No matter how you dice it and slice it and shout and call Arsenal stingy and Edu, you don't know what they are doing. Like that, you can go on your tirade. The logic is that it will be extra. I'm not saying it's impossible. Listen carefully, because most of you have selective hearing. Listen carefully to my lips. I'm saying it's almost impossible. We'll have to have the selling club will have to do us a huge favor for us to get any good striker, not just any striker, because Arsenal has gone beyond just getting any striker. We're not going to just do the Lucas Perez kind of situation or a King Armstrong where you get a stopgap that is not good enough and becomes difficult for you to offload. So we have to be very careful. We don't have to panic buy. We don't have to succumb to the pressure of the mainstream media and some of the unreasonable fans. There are a lot of unreasonable fans that have spring up in this new generation. They just go on X, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch to just shout like without being very thoughtful about what they're saying. We all want to win, right? I'm an Arsenal fan. I want to win the biggest trophies. I want the Premier League. I want the Carling Cup, but we're out of the Carling, unfortunately, we're out of the FA Cup. But we know this season, regardless of the fact that I was very offended by how Arteta has approached the last few games, we've been hampered by injuries. Like significant players of ours have been out injuries, like Partey, Timber, Tomiyasu in and out. Even Jesus didn't start the season with us. Now, if I look at the last few performances of Jesus, which we cannot in hindsight, say that it wasn't great. So we can actually now confirm he was carrying something. Fortunately, today we are seeing on the pictures of him training in Dubai, meaning he could be available for the Crystal Palace game when we come back from our winter break. So he's not looking that bad. But the key thing that we need to get a striker. We need to start preparing for the summer. We need to get a striker. We have been linked with various kind of striker. There's the Joshua Zakzi, very strange to pronounce. There was the rumor of what was his name? Let me try and pronounce his name. Boya Mayora from Getafe. The rumor was spreading yesterday that we bid 22 million pounds for him. That's kind of strange. I do not believe that. I don't know. I don't think so. Now, I'm not saying he's a horrible player, but for our level, for where we're trying to go, I'm sorry. Bojam Miura from Getafe is not the kind of player we should be trying to get. So, now I don't believe that rumor. They know Arsenal fans will be desperate for any kind of news, any kind of transfer news. We are sourcing it out. We need to get your ass together. I want Arsenal to sign a striker. I want it. I'm not being nonchalant. I'm just saying I know that is not just logical this winter. It is not. FFP makes it difficult. The availability of the kind of quality that you want is not readily available this winter. Like, it is what it is. Whether you like it or not, whether you get provoked by other media platforms gassing you. See, it's funny that, right? Some of you will fall for the lies of the bigger media platform. It's not because they love the club or they know something you might not know, is because of the likes and clicks and the monetary value, the commerciality that is attached to creating these days. And people have lost their integrity. It's about how much money I can make, how much tractions. Now, we can still make money being truthful, but no, no, no. These days, it's all about the money. Like, you can't lie to your so-called subscribers and followers about things you know logically are not feasible. Ivan Tony is not feasible. Stop torturing yourself. Ivan Tony is not feasible. Number one, why will Brentford actually entertain any offer from us now, knowing that we can't even pay for Raya? We've not paid for Raya yet, right? Secondly, they have a few injuries. Their last few results have been poor because their attacking players have been injured. Now they have their biggest star coming back. You think they're going to sell him in the winter? Now they can consider selling him in the summer, which is fair. And there are better options. You think Arsenal is going to actually fork out £100 million for a player going on 29 who is not a world-class player? Because a lot of you have been shouting, Ivan Toney is world-class. Get off that liquor. Get off that cheap weed. Ivan Toney is not world-class. Shout out to Xavi. He made a very interesting commentary, was it yesterday or today, talking about the fact that the English press, their pundits, and their fans overrate players in England. And I subscribe to that. I've been saying it for the longest time. Players in England are overrated. Even Arsenal players, some Arsenal fans are overrating our player. We don't have a single world-class player in our ranks. And that is just the honest truth. And some of you are like, no, Saka, he is not. Do you not even know world-class? Let me give you an example. Messi, that's the level. Neymar, that's the level. At most, Saka will be a top-class player. Like, can we just stop this nonsense? Like, we overgas our players. We do that. That's not about Saliba. He has the potential. Maybe I've made the mistake of calling world class. I admit, I've gotten excited by his performances, but he has the potential because of what he does. Most players can't do it as a defender at that age. Now, longevity and how he continues to progress will confirm whether he will be that. But there are players that their skill set, their influence they are just undoubtedly world class. Messi, there is no debate. Neymar, no debate. If you're lucky to say Maradona, no debate. Genuinely world class players. Right, Ronaldo de Lima, world class striker. Yeah, but all these other players, come on, let's not be unfortunate. They are very, very good players and top class players. So it's looking like we just have to make do with what we have. Jesus. Yes, Jesus is a very, very interesting player to discuss these days. He's actually teetering on the premises of calling him injury prone. This dodgy knee is always having an issue with. It's become very concerning. We can't actually plan extensively with Jesus anymore because he's going to get injured. Trossard has not been in the best of form for the last few weeks and months. Nketiah, come on, let's not go there. We know one good game, 10 bad games, very inconsistent. We need to move him on. Hopefully in the summer we can move him on. So the market is not actually littered with world-class players. So we have to be very creative in bringing a player that can fit how we play and still give us goal-scoring results and move the team forward. Now, there'll be a few options like what's it called? Joshua Zexi of Bologna. Very good player, in my opinion. I've seen some of the extended highlights. I'm not going to claim I've watched his game extensively. He has the skill set. Now, I cannot gauge his pace at the moment, but he's a good dribbler. Left foot, right foot, 6'4", very tall, decent pace. Good player. I think he will fit the way we play because right now, getting a striker that can take us to the next level is not very tricky. All this noise about Osimhen and Tony, let's stop it. I don't think Edu and Ateta are going to go fork out £100 million on both players. I've watched Osimhen extensively. He's not a world-class player. He is not going to do great against low block. If I have told that a lot of you are shouting, shout or clamoring for rather, how many low blocks as Ivan Toney faced? Because it's easy to just look good at Brentford, right? Teams are not playing low blocks against Brentford. That's just honest truth. Teams are not playing low block against Brentford. Then for Osimhen, good striker in Italy. The Italian league is not the cream of the cream of the leagues. Is beyond, is behind the English and the Spanish league. So the Italian league is not the cream de la creme. So you cannot. I'm not saying a striker from Italy cannot make it, but you have to have a different kind of skill set. Osimhen is quick. Is he quicker than most defenders in England? I don't think so. I don't think so. Does he have those silky skills to improvise when he's playing against low block like what Jesus can do? I don't think so. I don't just think so. I've watched him. I'm a Nigerian. I've watched him extensively. I watched him for the national team, and I watched him for Napoli. Osimhen is a good striker, but he's not that striker. The English league, for me, is tougher than a lot of you are making or giving credit for. The English league is kind of very tough. The defenders are quick, very strong. They will not give you a sniff. When they play low block, they are going to give you a game. So Osimhen looks good in Italy. Shout out to that. And we've seen players like Timo Werner that came from the German league, struggled at Chelsea, is now back at Spurs. Let's say it's going to fare. Like, not too many strikers come from other leagues and make it. Lukaku was doing kind of poorly. He went to Italy. He was doing great. He brought him back. We saw the same result. So I'm not going to get gassed up by the media who are hoisting the flag of, Osimhen and Ivan Toney are world-class players. They are not world-class players. They are good players. They are good strikers. They are not at the level that is being pushed and preached in the media. So we need to just go and get a younger striker that has that ceiling of going to the next level. Just the way Liverpool picked up Suarez when he was actually doing well, and they brought him to the team, and Suarez exploded in Liverpool. Just the way Liverpool picked up Salah. He was doing well in Roma, but not at the level when he came to Liverpool, and he went to the next level. Mane from Southampton. So we have to look for those players who are on the verge, but have the required skill set to take us to the next level. That's what we have to look for, not these brand names that you focus 100 million on Osimhen or Ivan Toney and it doesn't work. Same fans will move the goalpost and start climbing from that striker. Oh, we know that striker is not working. You see, come on, there's FFP. We are hearing rumors of how Newcastle will have to sell certain players to balance the books. So there are stringent measures these days. You can't just spend blindly. If you make a wrong signing with a large investment, you can't just write it off. It will show your balance book. It will affect your potential sale of the future. So we have to be very, very careful. We have to do our due diligence in bringing in any striker we need to bring. And how do we go about that? For me, you have to study the players that have technical qualities, relative flares, young, speed, athleticism, willing to improve. Those are the things you need to take into consideration. And I'm not saying that from the likes of Ivan Toney, who have been propped up by the media, who think they are of a certain level until they get to Arsenal or get to a higher club and they see that it's not as easy as a lot of you are projecting. So the striker search this summer is going to be interesting. Some of you have been shocked at why we talk about summer. Why let's not talk about this winter? Because I am not delusional. I'm not cynical. I'm not going to just come and say you guys snake oil and tell you that we are going to get a strike. We are unlikely. Let me put it that way. Let me be very safe with my choice of words because you guys hold me to tax. We are unlikely to get a striker this January window. We are unlikely. Now, for summer, sure, we're going to get a striker. I'm 100% certain about that. But this winter, Bologna or any other club will have to do us a huge favor. Or, okay, take this player on loan with an obligation to buy in the summer, right? That would be the huge favor the selling club will have to do for us to get a striker. So I am not going to, put hopes on a possibility though Arsenal is going to get a striker. Now, when it comes to the defense, maybe we can get somebody on loan. It's easier to get a player on loan for the defense than get a striker on loan. I mean a good striker, not just any kind of stopgap striker. I mean a striker that we can, keep here for the next 4 5 years. So it should be very interesting. It should be very interesting. Will it be Joshua Zexi to Arsenal? I don't know. I know it's not the Getafe striker. He's not good enough. I'm sorry. Will it be Solanke? Solanke, for me, a lot of you were turning your nose about Solanke. I watched Solanke extensively. I like what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not where you play for. If you have the required skill set and you play for and you bring that player to a good team, they will move to the next level. A lot of you are turning your nose on Solanke. I think he has the height, the skill set, the movement. He can dribble. He's quick. He has a ferocious shot. Like one thing, I was discussing with my guy, Mr. Efosa, behind the scenes. Like Jesus, I like Jesus. Good player. He's not the most lethal striker. We can improve on him, but the velocity and momentum of Jesus' shot is kind of very weak. If you look at his shooting, Jesus has one of the weakest shots in amongst the strikers in the English Premiership. Look, the way he shoots is kind of flimsy. I don't know why he hasn't done much about that, but other aspect of his game, the dribbling is on point, the movement, the hustling, the facilitating for his teammate. Jesus is superb, but that shooting, there's something lacking. That shooting is not packing any power. He's not packing any momentum. He has to work on that. I don't know why he hasn't done more about that, but that's what I've just noticed about watching Jesus consistently. So let's see what we can do. I'm sure a lot of you are hoping that we can get somebody, a body or two in this January window. I can assure you that I've not seen anything substantial, even from the biggest journalists. The likes of David are just being very, very political about the answers. Yeah, I will not be shocked if Arsenal do something, but it's not guaranteed because they don't know to. Because Arsenal themselves are trying to make sure they do not breach the FFP rule. I'm sure Arsenal are trying to bring in one or two bodies because of the injuries at the back. Even though we saw pictures and video of, even though it's on the official website of Arsenal.com of Timber, his rehab, come on, he's far from joining the team. Yes, was doing some individual training, but come on, when you come back from an ACL injury like that, he hasn't even joined the group to train. He hasn't done more conditioning to make sure his knee is stronger. He has to do conditioning, then step up his personal training, then join the team, then play a few friendly matches to make sure the fact that, when you have that kind of injury, there's a psychological effect of you being overprotective of that knee. So it will take him a while to get back to his best. For me, I'm writing off this season. It will take him a while to get back to his best, to start playing more freely. I'm not saying he's not going to play freely, but to make sure that he's not in the subconscious, it's going to take him at least another 3 months, which will be at the end of the season. I'm not saying he might not come back and play March or April, but if you want the best of Timber, I think that you'll be seeing that next season. So I'm not going to just count Timber in right now because it's going to be a difficult ask for you guys to start thinking that Timber can just come back from the ACL and start replicating the kind of performance he was giving us prior to the injury. So let's not be unreasonable and unfortunate. So it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. So the striker hunt that a lot of us are expecting, not I don't think it's going to be doable this winter. Summer is the best chance, and let's see what we can do. Maybe other options will pop up as the season unfolds. Vlahovic, stop it. We are not going to get him. We are not that interested in Vlahovic. So let's see. It's going to be a very interesting winter transfer link. Every day we're going to hear all kinds of news as I'm close to this. In all this kind of news, just apply common sense. If you can apply common sense, you will not be disappointed at the end of the winter. I do not expect any disappointment because I'm not expecting much. Not because I am relegating my expectation of Arsenal or I'm relegating my standard. Like I said, I am just being reasonable and logical. A lot of you don't like that, and I get it. It is what it is. So still like the video. Like the video, very, very important. Like the video. You might not like what I'm saying because it doesn't seem like music to your ears. But still like the video, subscribe if you're here to subscribe, or if you're new, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So that'll be all for now. The striker search is still extensive. We'll see if Arsenal can get anybody in this winter. I don't think so. Who will Arsenal get in the summer? That should be the interesting one. I'm expecting us to go for a marquee signing in the summer, but would that be the most popular name? A lot of you are thinking the Ivan Tonys of this world or the Osimhens of this world. I don't think so. I think we'll go younger and for a quicker and a more progressive striker, in my opinion. So let's see what we'll do. I should be able to do a morning stream tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll see that. Maybe I'll schedule a morning stream tomorrow to see if there's any tangible news to report. Please, on your way out, guys, don't forget to strike a like on the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn your notification bells. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.